Good. What was that on the screen, Pickle? Good morning.
Don't worry about it.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to another full Eclipsed episode. It's episode 12. Today I'm joined by always Mr. Tool, Mr. Travis, Mr. Ghost. We also have Nax reoccurring. He just won't go away ever.
You could just not invite me, dude.
He's like your family relative that you just can't send away even though you want her away.
I just can't get rid of him.
He's the cousin.
He's like
Yeah.
that old abusive cousin of mine. I'm like, Loki always beat me up, and I tried to tell my parents, but they never listen to me. I still have to see him every year. But and Pickle's here. How you doing, Pickle?
Hi guys.
Okay.
Glad to have,
Roast delayed.
Pickle. Glad to have
Chirp, chirp, chirp.
Yeah, true. Glad to have Pickle back. But guys, we have a lot to talk about tonight, and what a better way to get back into this swing of things than talk about what happened this morning as soon as I woke up with Checkmate dropping all of their players, and I'm not even going to say anything. What the hell, Ghost? What the hell, Tool? I mean, what the hell's going on?
What the hell,
happened,
me?
Ghost?
I was gonna say, what the hell?
Bro.
Yeah,
You beat
what the hell, Tool?
Yeah, my bad.
Tool, why are
sorry.
you rage quitting people again
My
and
bad.
making them leave? Like, come on.
My bad. Sorry. I
GG.
shouldn't have poked
What
the bear after
happened,
3-0 either.
Ghost? What the heck happened?
So,
What happened?
basically, the commitment to continue playing, it wasn't really worth, like, holding hostage on a playoff spot when we're not gonna play. So what's the point, right? So, we came to a decision to just not play anymore.
Okay.
I mean, but you could have kept MID Hunters out of the playoffs.
We could have. We could have also
Yeah.
kept
Yeah,
Eagles out.
You had to curse everybody. EIG could have stayed out, but you decided, you know what? What the hell? I'm generous. Everyone gets a playoff spot. You get a playoff spot. You get a playoff spot. I'll just drop out. And now
we
you're punishing,
probably
you're
would have.
punishing us.
We would have been
You're punishing
fourth.
us. Maybe. I don't know. I don't
We
know. if
probably
it
would have been.
What?
I don't
This
think you
just
would've
in,
been
like a top 4 team decides, CGL's not worth my time, and drops out.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I don't think Checkmate was top 4. I mean, by standing, maybe. But what they were
I
at,
think
what,
until
Yeah,
the DB
leaderboard.
game, they were top 4.
Maybe. Or maybe DB is just that top 1. Who knows?
I mean, we're literally
Cool.
facing the number 1 team.
Yeah,
Like,
I guess cool. I
Yeah.
guess we'll see.
They're facing the
I
guy.
guess we'll see. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. Checkmate dropped all their rosters. They're out of the contention, I guess. So that's going to shake up the playoff opportunities a lot, and we will discuss that later on. But why don't we just kind of go into the weekly recap? As I know you're probably grinning ear to ear, Nax and Tool, to talk about a certain game.
Huh?
And we'll get there. I know you guys
Mm.
were watching. I was there. I was there.
Huh?
I was there.
Huh?
We'll talk about it.
What
We'll talk
game we
about
starting
it.
off first with, Vert?
Let me pull this up. Well, first, while I'm pulling this up, I want to talk about freaking Cuddle Puddle versus EKU. Wait, no, wasn't that last week?
No,
Mm,
it was this week.
Yeah, they went like 3-1 versus EKU.
mhm.
Cool. Oh, I should even ask Ghost, because aren't you a part of Cuddle Puddle technically too?
I was asleep for it. I was.
Oh, yeah. I
So
was
that's
sleeping.
why it was closer.
Dynamo! Oh my god.
Bowie.
Max, shut the fuck up.
The pen calleth.
No way,
I
that's
must
why you're
answer.
calling.
Every single time. Every single
Oh
time.
my
I'm not
God.
fucking with you. Oh,
Dude. Oh?
Whoop.
anyway.
Okay, so I'm looking at the map results, okay? Cuddle Puddle stomped EKU 2-0 on Lijiang Tower, right? And then Hollywood, they beat them 2-1. And then Coliseum, they beat them 1-0. They lost New Junk City 3-2. How do you lose a map to EKU?
I don't think we really need to bother with this too much. It was whatever. They just played bad.
They've been playing bad consistently. I don't know.
I mean, EKU has also been playing like surprisingly well towards the end. So I mean,
EKU kind of
yeah.
randomly pulls maps off randomly. It's really not that big of a whatever. It's a whatever
sure.
burger.
Whatever. Yeah, whatever. You'd say that. You'd say
I'm
that.
just saying, man. Cuddle is is a bracket team. I mean, like ever since mid-season ended, it's been up and down.
Truth.
Yeah, I guess that was the story for them last year too. You know,
Yeah.
they lost 0-3 to Solar week 1, and then they were the only team. Then they're still the only team to have beaten Solar. So I guess it's just how
Perhaps
they
the run back.
Perhaps the run back, indeed. And I have faith. We'll see. Maybe, unless they're playing against a certain set of teams. But let's talk about the Monarch versus Shadow Eclipse game, because that was actually somewhat interesting. I don't know if y'all watched it. I kind of poked my head in. It was 3-2. How the heck was it a 3-2? How the heck was this a 3-2? I looked
How
at the
was
map
that a
score.
3-2?
Shadow won Lijiang Tower 2-0. They full held Monarch on Eckenwild right after, and then got fuller held, and so they lost Eckenwild.
Fuller held.
Then they lost Saravasa 3-0, so you're thinking they're out of this game. But then they won Saravasa like super quick, and then barely lost Junkertown. So I don't know what's going on over there at Shadow Eclipse. I know they have a new DPS player that they've been wanting to sign, but this motherfucker won't get his stuff done, and so now it's not even worth it. So it is what it is. EIG beat Emerald Eagles 3-0. It's a nothing burger. They're probably gonna make playoffs just to lose to Solar or DB. It doesn't matter.
Thanks for playing.
Thanks for showing up so we can have a bracket. Stalemate lost to Wawa 3-0.
That's not my name,
so...
Wither Boy.
I'm not saying it.
no,
You can't make me say it.
No, it's on the
Not-
screen for anyone who wonders. Also, brand new logo. You know, I made that myself.
Why? Why, Pickle?
It
Dude.
looks like you made it
Conversation.
yourself. That's impressive for you, bud.
Dude, I know it was like 2 images.
Like,
Oh, did you have to erase the background too? Oh my goodness, that must have been so hard.
Dude, bro, you wouldn't believe how much effort I put into it. It was like a good
believe it,
solid
bro.
like 15 seconds, and that was including adding it to the website.
I was gonna
So-
estimate an hour and a half total, start to finish, but
Realistically, it
I
was like
see you.
3
I
hours.
see
Like,
you.
You know, I put blood, sweat, and tears into it.
All right. So anyway, this game.
Yeah. So Wawa, didn't they lose last week? I'm pretty sure they lost last week. No.
They did.
Yeah, they did.
You know what they did?
lost to
They lost the
Diamond Eagles.
Diamond Eagles.
They come back, they get
Eagles.
a much bounce back win versus Stalenuts, I guess, who is still super inconsistent, and I don't even know where that's going to put us in terms of the playoff possibilities. But I guess we'll see when we get there.
Yeah, it's unfortunate with that roster because it's like you never know who's gonna show up. Like I swear, there's a different lineup every single week.
Yeah, that's totally valid. All right, now we know what game we're going to talk about next.
Yeah,
Diamond
the
Eagles
Aura
versus
Fury
Solar Eclipse.
game. Whoop whoop.
Oh, why Aura Theory plus Theory?
Why not?
Is this a sponsored episode again?
Yeah, sponsored episode by Theory. He has to make everyone
There's
know
no
that he's on
way.
Aura Fury.
It definitely wasn't, but that's okay.
I wasn't notified, but
Neither was I, so.
I mean, that bum would not pay more for more attention, would he?
Oh,
he
wow.
would. He probably would.
Jesus Christ.
Tool was like, "Oh wow! Like, why did you sound shocked?"
The dedication
Yeah.
for this guy.
Aura Fury won their game, I guess. I mean, they're gonna beat another bad team, and they're gonna have the most inflated 6-1 record. Like, what do you want me to say? They're
Higher
gonna
than
be.
Solars?
They're gonna have the most. Solars is inflated. We've been knowing this, but who did Aura Fury lost to? Who did Aura Fury lose to? They lost to Solar 3-0. That's the only maps they've lost. I gotta give them credit
that
for
was
that.
without
That is
Theory.
impressive. Okay.
Theory carry.
Sure. And to Aura Fury's credit, those are the only maps that they've lost. But look at this, bro. They beat Shadow 3-0. They beat Diamond Eagles 3-0. They beat Stalemate when they were bad 3-0. They beat MID Hunters 3-0. Their most impressive win is Cuddle Puddle 3-0. That's their most impressive win. But Cuddle Puddle's
you were just flaming Cuddle Puddle just a minute ago.
Yeah, but I said, Cuddle Puddle's been inconsistent. So like that's in terms of record, in terms of skill, that is their most impressive win. So they're gonna get the easiest 7-1 record. They're gonna beat whatever team they pick first. They'll go to play Death Blossoms or Solar, and then they'll lose and go to the losers bracket. It's just like it is what it is. So, but I don't know. We'll talk about that later. I'm curious to hear y'all's opinions on that.
I think Aura Fury really showed why they're the best against the bye week, man. I don't think a better team could have defeated bye week how they did.
BB had bye week twice.
Can we not stand on bye week this shit for a while? I could care less about bye week.
So from what I've seen from Aura, they actually got coaches present. They're calming decently, so I don't know.
They're what?
Yeah, we'll see.
I was watching their one stream last week.
We'll
Listening
see
in.
indeed. Checkmate played.
It's on the screen, Bert.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at it. That's why I went to it, dum-dum.
You just can't read. iPad kids these days.
I watched the stream. It was okay. The most entertaining map was map 1.
It was embarrassing.
Truth. Map 1 was close. The other two may have seemed close, but we made adjustments and it became very unclose after we made adjustments.
Yeah.
There was no competition. Honestly, there's no way to sugarcoat it. There was literally no comp.
Yeah. So.
I was very disappointed.
Well,
I was
and
having
I
my
guess
fun.
that's what gave them the push to drop the team.
Yeah.
So.
Poor not a use.
Poor not a use, for real.
Bro deserved better.
If I could trade that guy to another team, I would have. But unfortunately, that's not a thing.
How many first round picks are you getting?
All of them. Every single one.
Valid. All right, fine. I want to talk about this because we're probably going to spend the most amount of time on it, perchance. Diamond Eagles versus Solar. Who's got thoughts?
This was way closer than it should have been. I'm so sorry.
It should have been closer. It should have went 5.
It
Didn't they
almost
win
should
It
have.
should have went to a 5.
It should have went to 5, but
5.
unfortunately, how much I love Diamond, they just were not prepared for an overtime situation like that, because they're a brand new team.
I
And
can
it just sucks to get in a situation like that. I think if it was maybe a second sooner, who knows what would happen. But it was a really good series all around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lijiang was a really bad map. There's no way around it. Even if you don't have Burtfield, you have 11 players on your roster. You got to be. Lijiang was a bad map. We were playing Orisa into Ryan, and I think we were watching it live, Tool, and it was really bad. And Cloud is even. Cloud. He and I we talked about it. Like it was just a really bad map. There's no other way to put it. It was a terrible map. Lijiang was bad. Poopy. Watch points, Gibraltar at some points looked, like Max said, way too close. And then Cloud just like locked in, did his thing. You think he dropped like a 40 bomb or something like that?
Cloud did really good that map. Like he had a really horrible fucking depth, and then after that he was like, "Oh yeah, I know how to play the game now."
And he's like,
I remember.
Yeah, Rev also did his thing.
Rev
Snarky
played really well on watch point.
Yeah. Then we go to New Junk City. Burtfield comes back. It was still 3-1. It was relatively close. It just kind of seemed like Diamond Eagles had very specific pocket plans, and Solar just that's what felt like it was the difference maker. Like
and also they were staggering quite a bit, which just made like certain points like one fight, and then it was like over, and it was like, okay, well,
true. Good teams find a way to win. It was the overtime scenario. Diamond Eagles was knocking on the door. They were down 2. Rev just decides to go to the back line because he's like, screw it, why not? And it is overtime, so it was a heads-up play. No one could go get him because if they stepped off point, they're probably thinking to themselves,
somebody could have got him.
One person could have.
I'm not giving free advice on the podcast.
I agree. One person could have gone, but they're all probably thinking to themselves they don't want to step off the point. He does his thing, clicks some heads, lives long enough in time for Burtfield to get back with the blade, who, by the way, should have used that blade a lot sooner and was dying a little too much.
But Ufer had him in check almost the entire game, except for like the last overtime situation.
Yeah, bro, Ufer was goated, bro.
Dude, I remember one of them. It was Solar had won the fight, and then Burtfield blades, and then all of a sudden I see in the top right, Ufer throws a hinder grenade and kills Burtfield, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It was insane.
Here's my thoughts on this series as a whole from what I pulled from it. I think I gotta give part credit to Diamond because they played a lot better than they have been, and they've been doing well. I think this is more of a sign of how I think Solar is gonna look going forward. Now, I'm not going to necessarily elaborate on that, because that would give away what my thoughts are. But yeah.
So, I have a couple things to say as the only potential Solar representative here today. Because I was in that call where everyone was, and I was watching it with everybody, and I was like, oh my gosh, we lost Lijiang, like, this is crazy, like, Sonarchy's not doing his greatest. Burtfield's not doing his greatest. I was there. I mean, except when Ryan muted me because I had to make a phone call.
Yeah, because your ass was like,
he really showed the wall who got that pulse bomb.
Yeah. But what I need to say is I think Fish was in that phone call. And Fish, and I love Fish. I work with Fish. Fish and I, great person. Fish had perhaps one of the worst takes I think I've ever heard in my lifetime, and it was
she plays Marvel Rivals. Give her a break. Come on.
And it was
that Marvel.
That's fire. But she was talking about because we were talking about the Solar Cuddle Puddle loss, and which is crazy that we're still talking about. But I guess it's Solar's second. It's Solar's second loss, so I guess it makes sense. But like,
I mean, we talk about the DB 4-0, so.
Well, I make jokes about it. I let it go because like we're week 8 of a.
Yeah, you lost to Rat Milkers in the Summer Showdown 4-0.
Yeah, bro, don't even talk about Rat Milkers.
You didn't lose to Rat Milkers 4-0. DB did.
Let's go DB. No, but they're talking about. I think Solar got too comfortable. That was the take that I heard, and I gotta listen. I try not to be too biased. I try not to be one way or the other. But on that particular take, I had to stick up for them because here's why. Tool talks about it all the time, like a winning culture, quote unquote. Okay, when you put in new pieces like Paperclip, like Tina, like Dixie, like Burtfield. Okay, the pros of having a winning culture is that you can make people who haven't been on a team as long or who aren't as practiced or who haven't won as much or yada yada yada, uh, even better than they could possibly be. Like you can extend their ceiling, and that's like one of the pros. You know, like Tina played really well in the midseason game versus Cuddle. She didn't have a lot of practice. She was ready to go. Part of it was like the winning culture. She played really well, and like those are the pros of it. The cons is that you still have that core of people who expectation is to win everything. And so you're putting so much pressure on those new players who weren't really there for that. And so I don't think Solar got complacent with just winning because they have 4 new players, if not 5 new players, who aren't used to that. And so it's like there's still that drive and there's still that hunger. And I'm not going to say what I see in team chats because I'm not, leaking anything. But I assure you, I can promise you, if anything, Solar is more motivated than ever because everyone in this league gets like a 20% buff when they play them. I'll say it, bro. I'll say it.
I think Diamond Eagles has been playing as good and consistent as they have been for the past couple weeks. I don't think they elevated because they're playing Solar.
But I will say there's a lot of teams who just play a lot better when they play against. It's kind of like, and I'm not comparing Solar to the Kansas City Chiefs, not by any means. Okay, that's just cringe. But it's that same idea.
The Kansas City Chiefs got destroyed in the Super Bowl.
That's a good point. They got destroyed in the Summer Showdown, so maybe this is their bounce back season. But I will say like. Even Theory has publicly expressed it. He's like, Solar winning another finals would be the most boring thing ever. And as a viewer, I can't say I disagree. As a viewer, I can't say I disagree. But as a fan of Solar, I do disagree. So I don't think Solar's got complacent. And I think, they lost to the Diamond Eagles. That's okay. The same season that they 4-0 DB in the grand finals, they lost 2 maps to BGSU. Okay, these losses happen for this team. Sometimes they play down to their competition.
They also lost a map to Diamond Eagles last season.
That is true. They also did lose a map to Diamond Eagles as well.
What's funnier is both map losses against Diamond Eagles have happened whenever your flex DPS just doesn't show up or gets DC'd.
Yeah, it was funny. A lot of flex DPS were 0-2 versus Diamond Eagles. So, so that's just my thoughts. I think it's interesting to see how obsessed everyone is. Everyone's a fan. And I said this to Tool and the VC, and I'll say it again, and I will always say it. Solar does not think about DB the amount that DB thinks about Solar.
I mean, that's good for them then. I'm happy they don't then. Because I'm going to look at the one team that I think could maybe beat us, and I'm going to go from there.
That's fair enough.
Maybe why wouldn't I look at
the only team that could beat us?
Maybe that's what you think when I say like think about. I don't mean it like that. Obviously, like actually, I'm not even gonna say that because I'm gonna get told that I'm leaking. In that regard, Solar is aware of its competition, obviously.
Right, as they should be.
Yeah, and at this point, they probably feel like they might even be like an underdog versus DB or something. I don't know because DB's done really well this season. Like they've done phenomenal. I will say, the reason I don't want a lot of crap going Solar's way for losing a map to Diamond Eagles is because Solar and DB have a tied map win and loss record for Beta. So it's 21-2 for both DB and Solar. So if we want to talk about our map losses, we can talk about DB's.
I mean,
but DB also has like an extra win, so.
Well, we lost maps to better teams. We lost to the good Stalemate. We lost to the best version of map to the best version of Stalemate.
Sure.
And then we lost
a map to Cuddle Puddle. Yeah. And Cuddle Puddle, beat Solar, so, I can track that, but still,
What I will say is, I'll give credit to Solar because they definitely have been improving throughout every single week. I think this Solar this season is a lot more flexible than Solar last season. Like, yeah, you had Hollander and Tippy who were, like, fantastic, but you really only saw them on those, like, 1 or 2 characters. Hollander, like, was really flexible, but you saw, like, Tippy on, like, the Ram and the Zarya. But I feel like with this
Yeah.
lineup of Solar, you have someone who can play Lucio Brig, Wu Yang, and another main support. I just am blanking. Other than Bert's, Lucio, and Brig, you have like
Right.
2 or 3 flex supports who can just play just about anything. You have
Yeah.
Rev, who came back, can play just about anything on the roster. You give him like Torbjorn, he'll find a way to get like 5 kills a fight.
Yeah.
And
But I
then
also feel like this also applies to DB as well. So
Well, yeah.
I'm really eager to see that matchup.
Also you have like Burtfield, who just like keeps overperforming. Like I remember like Summer Showdown, you're like, yeah, this Burtfield guy, he's gonna be a dog, and like he looked good, and then he's been just elevating his play every single time like Solar gets streamed.
Yeah.
And then you have Cloud, obviously, like we know how good Cloud is. He's won 2 back-to-back Roll Stars. And then you have Dixie, who just can play what Cloud plays, and
It's
a
just
little
a
bit
buff.
more. Yeah.
When he just plays with Solar, it's just a buff, I guess.
Yeah.
Uh,
So it's like this Solar is more flexible, but I think last season's Solar was just so good on those specific characters during the meta. But I think
yeah.
it's like a little bit of trade-off. Like this Solar, I think it's more flexible and will probably be better in different metas that turn around. But yeah, Solar is
Right.
definitely not a team that you want to like joke about, because they will find a
No.
way to beat you guys.
And I think the same about DB. Nax obviously has some feelings about that comment.
Oh, holy fucking yap! Jesus Christ, guys!
I was about to. I was
Oh
gonna
my
transition.
God.
All I have to say is it's like so interesting that like anytime there's like a little bit of like Solar hate, it's just like excuses everywhere.
I'm not making
It's just
excuses.
crazy.
They shouldn't
I'm
have
just
lost the
saying.
game.
No, like, and that's
Shouldn't have.
fine. I just think that like I don't know. It's whatever.
I'm just calling. I'm just calling. it
I'm,
out. See,
I'm
calling
honestly
a spade a
gonna
spade.
just like I'm just gonna let it simmer and just sit here and just like y'all can like I'm gonna keep my pieces of Solar because I don't even want to leak anything remotely that I have thoughts of,
I mean,
because I have some thoughts that I feel
Sure.
like
and I'm just calling a spade, and also like we've got 2 DB players, we've got 1 Diamond Eagles and Stalenuts, and then we got 1 Cuddle Puddle. I'm just trying to balance it out, if anything.
the reason to answer to like rebuttal your thing. You kinda I think you have to play that well if you want to win, because DB has gotten better from last season. So like you
Oh,
have
absolutely.
to play.
Yeah.
You
and
have
listen,
to play as good as you guys did last season. You don't get the choice of not
yeah,
being
I
as
think,
good as you were last season. If you guys don't hit that level, you're not beating DB. That's the
And-
only thing I'll say.
We get it,
I
Tool. Your
agree.
team's really good this season. You have so many really good
I
pieces.
agree.
You're so good that the segment that we were
no.
gonna talk to you guys
No,
about.
We are though. Are we
No,
not?
no, you are. I'm
we
being,
not?
I'm being serious. You guys are
I'm
so
not gonna-
good that
I'm
the
not gonna
segment
let-
over Checkmate and DB was so fast because you guys steamrolled them that we don't have to talk about DB that much because you guys just steamroll every opponent.
Actually, that's fair enough. But I will also say we gave DB a lot of crap for losing grand finals. They dominated mid-season. They've dominated this season. They have earned every ounce of my respect. So I'm not going to let that happen. DB is great. Quickly gloss over this. We can go into week 8 Preds in just a second. Is this even worth talking about? Do we even think Aura Fury is actually top 3? They're going to be 7-1 with only
mean-
3 dropped maps.
I could confidently give them top 4. I think top 3. I don't know yet. We'll see. I mean, yes, you could even give them top 3 if we want to be like realistic. Sure, they're top 3. If
They're
we
gonna
wanna
get the
go based
record.
off-
On paper, they are.
on paper, they're top 3, right? So, and they've beaten other teams that would contend for top 3. So at this
Yeah.
point, yes, they're top 3.
Yeah. Do y'all remember like the 2021 Steelers with like Ben Roethlisberger's like last season? They went like 12-0 and then they like lost first round of the playoffs. That's what I'm getting with this. Okay. Wow. Fuck y'all. Next, let's talk about your weekend friends. Let's talk about your weekend friends. Talk about it. Tell us about your friends. Let's just go through each game. Do you have those visuals, Pickle, or not? Do I gotta pull them up? We always get
we
the
talking
best
about the tier
shooter,
lists,
we'll
or what are we talking about?
No,
Preds.
week A Preds.
No, because I was doing the bare minimum.
I'll pull up.
Because I didn't even know that I was supposed to be doing this till like this
Game
morning.
1 is DB Monarch, DB
You
3-0.
Yeah, Nax. You know what, Nax? Fuck you. Why don't you lead the second, bitch?
Why does
Jesus.
Zach have to leave this
Jesus
section?
Christ! Like, why do I have to lead this section?
Alright, Max, what do we
DB
think?
Monarch. I'm thinking Monarch takes a map, maybe.
Stop fucking lying.
5-match series, 3-2. Deadeye's gonna crash out.
He would crash out if they took a map.
He
to be
would
honest
fucking
with you.
crash out. He'd be so
Valid.
pissed.
Valid.
But yeah, anybody else have any extra thoughts? Or is
Next.
it pretty consistent?
I
Okay.
think one team will win 3 maps.
Okay, shut the fuck up. I also do think a team will win 3 maps. Alright,
Uh,
Wawa, EI. So the only interesting match of next week, I think.
The
or
only
actually,
game
I guess
that kind of matters.
there's another one that could be interesting, but probably not though. So
It's the only one that matters.
EIG Wawa is actually kind of matters. I'm gonna say Wawa 3-1. Like it depends what version of Wawa we get though. But
I want a map 5 series. I want what they had versus EKU. That's what I want. That'd be
I think it's
hilarious.
going to map 5, to be honest.
it could. It could.
With how Hunters has looked recently, I don't know.
We'll see. I'll be on it.
I think I want to hate and say Hunters 3-0.
Ooh.
What?
You know what? I
think I
want
like
to
that. I
counter
like
that
that
hate.
take.
I want to counter that
I
hate,
cr-
and I want to go Wawa 3-0.
I can
not
see
hate.
I can literally see either team winning 3-0, honestly. Like
I-
I actually think that's a possibility.
I just want to hate today. I'm feeling hateful.
Fair enough. Well then,
I
who do
get
you have
why.
winning between? We'll keep it rolling with the hate train. Who do you think is winning between EKU and Aura?
Okay, I won't. That's a little.
You can't
We have some sensibility here, at least.
Their
Or a
top,
3-1.
their top 3
3-1.
their top 3 status gets immediately ripped away if this is EKU win.
I think if EKU wins a map, their top 3 status gets removed. Thoughts?
I don't think it's that serious. I think they
I
can
don't
pull a
think it's
map,
that
but
serious. Low-key,
I think if they
'cause I
pull
doubt-
2 maps, then it's serious.
Yeah, then that's...
free info for Aura. If I'm them, I don't play any of my real comps and I just play what the fuck ever. So,
If I'm them, I play Roadhog and I have fun.
unironically, we might play Roadhog
Okay.
this week.
So
Jacking my hog.
This game could be interesting. Diamond
Yeah,
Eagles
this is the one I was
versus
thinking. Yeah.
Shadow, because Shadow went 3-2 versus
That
Monarch.
is not where I
No,
was
the reason
going.
I'm bringing this up in terms of why it could be close is because Shadow has nothing to gain from this. I feel like Diamond Eagles needs to win 3-0 to like solidify a playoff spot. So this
They
is
already
a
have
super.
playoff block. It doesn't matter.
Oh, because of Checkmate.
They don't have it locked. They do not have
No,
it
Well, I
locked.
guess they don't have it
Technically,
locked,
Monarch's
but
ahead of them.
Huh?
I guess. Yeah,
Yeah, so they
true,
have to
they
win
have
this
to
game.
win, but
If
like
they
Diamond
both
does,
lose, Monarch stays.
Diamond's
That's
not
crazy.
losing to fucking Shadow.
No,
If
they shouldn't. They
There's a
shouldn't.
world. There's a world that it happens.
Yeah.
Actually,
All
I
I
see
don't know
I
what world
see
that
it.
is, but there is a world.
I see a
All the
possibility
credit I
that the
give
game
them,
will be
I have given
close.
them in the past. Yeah,
Go ahead, Tool.
man. If they really choke this and they like I'm done giving people credit until like if
No
they
more
lose
credit.
This, I'm done. I'm no more credit for me. I only hate if they lose this because like for anybody, because like this is just like you gotta like I gave you so much credit because you've played well. Like continue to play well. Beat a bad team.
yeah.
Prove
Yeah.
that you belong in the playoffs.
Beat a bad team.
Yeah, I'll give a little bit of insight. Like, Diamond Eagles is like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a free win, and I keep having to tell them like, hey, you gotta treat this as like you're going against Wawa or Solar again. You gotta lock in. You gotta practice. You gotta scrim higher. You gotta make sure you like we've all
Especially
reviewed
for-
certain maps. Like, you gotta prepare to beat a team to make your chance in the playoffs.
Not
No,
only
I
are you
agree
prepping
with
for
you.
that team, you're prepping for the playoffs. You
Yeah.
have to keep on pushing this late in the
Yeah,
season.
like Diamond doesn't have the luxury to be able to take a week off here. Like they don't get the
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
luxury. They have
Yeah.
to keep grinding.
Especially because them making it to the playoffs is like a blessing. They're gonna be getting picked. They're not gonna get to pick. So like, yeah, you gotta be ready. You gotta be ready.
And then I think my other game of the week that could be maybe interesting is Stalenuts and Solar.
We'll get there when we get there. We have other things.
What do you mean we get there when we get there? It's literally the next on the list here.
Is it? That's not what
Yeah,
I'm
for
saying.
schedule.
We just
Well,
talked about
phone-
Diamond Eagles versus Shadow, and then we've got
Oh
Emerald
yeah,
Eagles
yeah,
versus
that's why I was
Cuddle
weirded
Puddle.
out because like literally on my on phone it must be different, but
Oh. Okay, well we can talk about it then. Solar versus Stalenuts. Surely Solar wins,
Depending
right?
on what Stalenuts we get this week, it could be close.
I have no
but-
I mean,
idea.
what does Stalenuts even have to play for?
A playoff spot?
Aren't they like
Nothing.
eliminated?
Nothing. You're in playoffs regardless.
I
You're
think
playing
they're
for nothing.
playing
If they
for-
lose 0-3 and then Diamond Eagles wins 3-0, Diamond Eagles will have
They
a
could.
better map diff.
That doesn't matter though.
You're still in playoffs.
Monarch, yeah. Monarch
Congrats, you're
is-
8th place.
People are missing the whole Monarch point of this.
Yeah,
Monarch
so I guess Solar just wins. However, I don't care.
I think Solar wins, obviously. Once again, I think it's one of those situations where Stalenuts, if they want to prove that they're okay, then
Sure.
they need to like.
I think maps are
actually-
important.
Yeah,
they
sure,
need to,
I'd agree.
pull a map or two off so that they can prove that they can actually beat.
Okay,
teams
two
that are
maps
better.
would be atrocious, but like a map on some sort of
I mean,
weird
Eagles
pick or
could have won two
something.
maps.
I mean, if
Eagles
Eagles
could
could go
have.
one, why not Stalenuts? They have the same
Yeah, I
coach.
think- well, allegedly.
They don't have the same coach. I'm literally just there to like schedule their games, and then they have a guy named Dave, my coach, David. That's there for him.
Yeah. I think Stalemate could win a map, but I think Solar wins regardless. Okay, we already talked about Wawa versus EIG. Cuddle Puddle versus Emerald Eagles. I have Cuddle win 3-1. They'll probably lose a map somehow.
3-1?
They'll probably lose a map somehow. I don't know. That just seems to be their shtick right now.
If
True.
they lose a
Uh,
map to Emerald, I'm ready to hit the panic button.
But actually,
If
no,
we lose
I
a
think
map
if they won
to
a map,
Eagles, it's just because we felt like losing.
y'all
Valid.
wanted to lose. Actually, y'all didn't.
We're sandbagging.
That should be
sandbagging.
That should be 3-0.
Sandbagging. Yeah, that should be 3-0.
3.
So
And then that's it.
that's it. That's our last regular season game. So then, looking at our standings, currently right now, I will read the standings out to us. I guess we can look at a tier list here in a second. I'm pretty sure the top three are like solidified.
Yes,
they're
they
not
are.
gonna change.
And it should be that order too, barring anything crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's going to be DB 1 seed, Solar 2nd seed, Aura Fury 3rd seed. Now, below this is where it gets interesting. So Checkmate's not going to make playoffs anymore. They get a free buy one, but they've disbanded, so they're not going to count anymore.
It doesn't matter.
So then the 4th seed would be Cuddle Puddle underneath Wawa. Wawa surely will win their game versus EIG, which would make them the 4th seed.
Mhm.
So then there's a world where, I mean, Cuddle Puddle's 5 seed. Cuddle Puddle being picked is crazy.
Well,
That's
yeah.
just
So
crazy to me.
the people that you're gonna be picking between is most likely gonna be Cuddle, EIG, Stalenuts, and Diamond.
Diamond Eagles.
Most
Because
likely.
who does Monarch play this? Oh, they play DB. Yeah,
They
Monarch's
play
out.
DB.
Monarch's out. So
But if they both
Those
lose,
who-
it's still Monarch.
It could be
That's
Monarch, so I guess if Diamond
easy.
Eagles really fucking choke.
No,
So,
they got
yeah,
this,
Diamond
though.
Eagles has to win. So in that case, let's assume DB's 1, Solar's 2nd, Aura's 3rd, Wawa's 4th, Cuddle Puddle's
And then-
5th, EIG would be 6th, Stalemate would be 7th, and Diamond Eagles would be 8th.
Mhm.
Sure.
DB
That's
gets
fine.
the first. DB gets the first pick. I don't see why y'all would pick Diamond Eagles.
I sustain. I'm not saying who we pick.
I was gonna say, I
sustain.
don't think they're gonna
Yeah,
say.
I just want to guess. I'm just gonna guess, just for the love of the game. I'm gonna guess
I-
for everybody, so it's fair. But go ahead next.
If it were available, I would pick Shadow Eclipse because there's that one dude who I got in a spat with in that one chat that I like would love to play against.
Wait, is he on Shadow? That's crazy.
That's valid, but no, they cannot. I think
Damn it.
DB would probably go with EIG. I would assume so. It's the easiest
I was
win.
thinking that or Stalemate. Okay.
Or Stalemate. But I don't know if you want to run the risk of having a good game versus Stalemate, or you just say fuck it, an ego pick and go for Cuddle Puddle. That'd be interesting.
That would be
Would you do
interesting.
Why would I do that to the team in our org?
Why would I do that?
That would be the most coach tool thing to do, though. Come on.
Why?
It'd be pretty
I love
funny.
Cuddle. Why the fuck would I do that to Cuddle?
That's why. That's why. Thank you. Ghost gets it because it'd be funny.
For the lore.
And imagine
Well,
the
yeah.
Cuddle Puddle lower bracket run that they did.
That was Solar, but anyway. So Solar. Oh. So EIG would be off the board. I mean, you beat Diamond Eagles once, but it was kind of close. So you probably don't want to. You want like a comfortable win. So then your options are between Stalemate and Cuddle Puddle, and like Cuddle Puddle, you lost to 3-2. So you probably don't want to pick that because you don't want to run any risks. You don't want to have an early loser bracket, run in, right? So then surely they pick Stalemate, but then again, depends on which Stalemate shows up. I don't think the Stalemate that took a map off DB is going to show up at all, though. I don't think that's possible. The current roster, anyway.
Who knows, man? Who
No.
knows?
So maybe Solar picks Stalemate. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen any discussion. That would just be my honest guess that I'm making right now on the spot.
I think Solar can go one of two ways. They either play really safe, they take Monarch, or they take the Deagles.
Well, Monarch's not going to make it. Well, they could make it.
Whoever
probably-
8th
it'll
seed
probably
is,
be
and they
Dynamo.
go the easiest route, and they just take that pick. Or they play with hatred, and they play against Cuddle, and they fuel all their hatred into, we are not losing against this Cuddle Puddle team again. It is not happening again. We're going to force them to do what we had to do last season. They're going to feel the pressure. They're going to feel the stress. It's not on us no more.
That'd be interesting. That'd be an interesting arc.
I feel like that's the
I
most
just
Solar thing
can't-
to do, is
Yeah,
to
but
play
I
out of
just can't-
hatred.
I can't see them. The Solar this year, yeah, absolutely. But I just can't foresee them wanting to play Diamond Eagles again after having that close of a series, unless it was just to prove a point and beat Diamond Eagles 3-0.
To send a message.
Yeah, and maybe similar with the Cuddle Puddle vibe. I think personally, Stalemate would be the path of least resistance for Solar. I guess we'll see after their game versus Stalemate this week. Yeah, that actually will clear a lot of things up.
See, that's why I like that game this week, just because of that right there.
Yeah, so that'll probably clear a lot of things up. Okay, so then Aura Fury presumably would be left with Diamond Eagles and Cuddle Puddle. They're probably going to see the Diamond Eagles lower seed. We take Diamond Eagles. They'll probably. I can't foresee them playing Cuddle. Oh wait,
I
they
think
beat
they
Cuddle 3-0.
beat Cuddle, and they won it pretty
Ooh,
confidently.
So they'd probably pick that again.
They could just
That's
run it back.
interesting. That is interesting.
There's a
So
world
then
where
we
they just
would-
run it back.
Then we would have Wawa versus Diamond Eagles, and I think that's actually a terrible matchup for Wawa. Yeah, snooze fest.
It would be kind of fun, though. I won't lie. I think it'd be a little fun.
That's interesting.
think-
Obviously, go ahead.
I think it'd be a steamroll, but I think it'd be a little fun. There
I
might
don't
be
know if
some
that will be a
shenanigans.
steamroll again. I doubt that would be a steamroll again.
Wawa surely would adapt. Surely.
I would think so.
They've been pretty consistent this season. They deserve some flowers. So
I just feel like both teams are going to have some crazy mistakes, and it's going to be really fun to watch. As,
Yeah.
as a fan. As a fan.
I agree. Obviously, this is all hypothetical. I'm pretty sure there's a live stream date where every team's gonna pick. So
Yeah.
we'll probably do like a
November the
podcast. It's November 7th.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
we'll probably look to aim to have a podcast episode before the round one playoff, so we can actually talk about these matchups more in depth.
Yeah.
This is just kind of like a hypothetical scenario. I'm not even going to go down the road of like what round 2 would look like because that would just be a mess. So instead, why don't we pickle update our tier list?
Yeah,
Cheers.
Yeah, hold up. I need to figure out how to do this.
What? Where's Sinarki when you need him the most? Bring back
Looking at
Sinarki.
some wall
Where's
of
my-
text.
All right, can you guys see it?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so I actually
God.
we update. You know what? No, you go ahead, Tool. What do you think? 'Cause You're
What
saying
do I
oh, God.
think? No, I was saying, oh god, because the bye week.
Mm-hmm.
LOL.
Can we not even show
Yeah,
up
I
a
got
bye
you,
week
bro.
anywhere else?
I would
Um,
actually be willing to make a compromise and say that because DB has had harder competition and because they've looked more consistent, we could leave them in their own tier. I would be willing to say
We
that.
did this last week too with
Yeah.
the podcast. With
It's
the
also
tiers,
not a
like,
compromise. That's just what's happening.
Okay. I thought that's what. Okay. Yeah, tools
Because like,
princesses.
'cause literally, I'm pretty sure literally last podcast we literally had DB at
Yeah.
the top and then Solar one below.
Yeah, Solar one below and then a tier break. I think.
Well,
is
last
fair.
week I was giving you guys shit because you lost a map, and then you lost a map again this week. It looked way too close this week.
Yeah.
Y'all go to A.
No. That's a bad
Do
time.
I
we have
think
to
it's
make our
still-
own tier for solar?
No,
think
no,
it
no.
still
I'm
has.
saying it would be Solar
Sure.
and then tier break and then everyone else.
I don't.
So like,
I don't
yeah,
really
I
think-
guess.
I don't.
Is it a
I
tier
don't
break
think
if
that.
you're only winning 3-1? Is there a
no,
tier
I don't.
No.
Aura
I don't think
is
Aura-
not.
Yeah,
No, there.
No,
I
Or
don't
is
think
A, and
Aura-
then your fourth place is right next to them.
I'm gonna actually. I want to put Diamond in Aura's tier as well.
What?
Wow. Okay.
Actually,
The
Wow.
Coach Tool Glaze.
I
I
actually want to
can
put Diamond
understand
there.
that. I can understand that.
Okay.
They almost won
understand
2 maps against Solar. They should have won 2 maps against Solar. I think they earned A tier.
I can understand that. Yeah. So then Wawa would be an A tier as well.
No, Wawa
They
would
lost
be
to Diamond. They beat B.
Wawa would
Huh.
be B. Yeah, Wawa would be B.
Okay. I can see this.
Yeah. So then who else would be? What Stalemate would be B with Wawa?
No, C.
No, I think C.
See,
Like this is me being
Yeah, you gotta
unbiased. I think it's C tier.
Okay, we're gonna
I-
need a tier break somewhere.
No, we
'cause,
don't
Would-
need tier breaks. It's fine. We don't need tier breaks this week.
I'm
I'll
looking
be
at some of these teams.
where is
That's-
Cuddle gonna go?
B.
Cuddle is
B.
gonna be in A tier. Bottom.
I
A.
think B tier.
It's somewhere between these.
They're
That's
better than
that's the thing.
Wawa, and I think they're below Diamonds currently, just based
Yeah.
off of like
I agree with that.
consistency.
Yeah, but do we
I
think
agree.
that
It's
Cuddle's on the
tough.
upper half or lower half?
Well, I
Maybe
think
behind
Cuddle is
Diamond.
S tier when they're at their best, and then I think they're C tier when they're at their worst. So I mean, like,
I
So do we
say-
want to
that's why I
compromise
was
and
thinking
say B tier, like top of B?
sure,
Top of
that's
B.
fine. That's fine.
Yeah. Who knows what version of Cuddle's gonna show up in the playoffs? It depends on if they're playing Solar or not. Checkmate, I guess, is in D tier because they're gone, which
Yeah.
sucks.
No.
Same with PSS.
Yeah, just checkmate. No, valid.
PSS. Old Deagle's logo.
Nah,
yeah.
they, that should be like F tier. There should be an F tier, and they could be there. I'm sorry.
Okay, so then I guess everyone else would just be like what D tier? I mean,
Well,
surely we
I-
can.
what about
I'd give
EIG?
EIGC.
Yeah,
EIG get C.
Yeah, they
We give them ID some love.
And then
And
D.
do we want to put
Who
Monarch
cares?
with the rest?
No.
No, thanks for playing. That's the tier. Thanks for playing.
That is the tier. Thanks for playing.
Thanks for playing.
Okay, yeah, I think this is a good tier list. I can get behind this.
Got the
I think
staircase
it's all
to
proven-
Gone and Forgotten.
That's it. What? Well, there's a bit of a dip, but
S-
pretty much.
Staircase to Tools Princesses. One day. One day.
One day bye week's gonna beat Tools Princesses. One day.
Yeah,
I can only
Yeah.
hope.
I kind of want to stop playing those guys. Those guys are kind of boring.
Sorry.
Dude,
Yeah.
Shit.
I've played them like 3 weeks in a row in Masters tier. I get it.
True. Hasn't played a lick of Masters.
Masters
Are
tier
you
is
ever gonna play?
Dude, I don't
No.
even know.
He can't.
There's also
No,
rumors.
no,
that
I
they're
think
gonna,
Rat Milkers
I've
is
heard,
in
I've heard there's
playoffs.
I've heard rumors that they might drop it to 4 as well too for Masters tier playoffs. Maybe still. I don't know,
because
though.
of the size.
I think it should be.
I mean,
8, just
technically
because I
the
think-
schedule says top
because
8
if
for
you
Masters.
drop it to,
Yeah.
it says I know the.
But it was
schedule
supposed to
top
be
8.
4. Yeah, it was a typo.
So I don't know if they're doing 8 or 4.
I don't know if they're standing on that.
We'll have to see.
I might have something to say if they adjust it, but we'll see though.
Oh, isn't the
Yeah.
phone like right now like 5?
Yeah. we wouldn't make it, which is kind of criminal because like we've had like an insane fucking schedule, which I guess that's on us for not winning more series then. But
Should have just
But
won.
also, they'd be a fifth place team who beat all of the teams above them to make the midseason finals.
except
Like, what?
like literally the only team that like, and it's like I don't know, but we'll see what happens. I mean, the season's not over for them yet either way. Even if it is, I think technically we could still even be top 4. So
Yeah. Well, guys, we've been doing this for 7 weeks now. We've got one more week of regular season play left. It is crunch time for some teams. For others, they're kind of just walking through the finish line. And we'll be back next week to recap all the games, do a preview. It's going to be a crazy episode. Hopefully, no team.
we actually might be
meshes
able
up.
to take a week off and just like do it all in the playoff episode.
Maybe, or chancebly.
Hmm.
Who knows? I like my ads.
How about we just do like a watch party for one of the games and just keep running ads? Like, hear me out.
The
Yeah,
just
maybe.
Ads,
Ads on
Ads.
back
Drops,
to back.
ads.
You get an ad. You get an ad.
Please don't do
so-
that. I will sponsor that stream. Please don't do that.
Okay, fire.
With
we'll
bricks.
talk about
With
that.
brick.
But yeah, this was fun. Glazing, Solar, and DB. We'll do it again next week until one of them loses. Until one of them loses.
I don't know, man.
Uh,
I'm just like I'm impressed with some teams. I feel like they've gotten better, which is good.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
good to see. I'm excited to see how Diamond tier is next season. Really, like that should be
Yeah.
really.
Non-existent.
Yeah,
Masters is going to
I'm
be
afraid it's
interesting.
gonna die. Just like
You think so?
Checkmate.
Masters is
guess.
going to be interesting.
All the
I
shit talking
don't
yappers
know.
are gonna be
I-
gone. That's true.
Yeah, they're all gonna be in Masters.
Yeah, but then
I
there's going to be a
personally-
resurgence of Masters tier because developed
Yeah.
by this season.
That's
so
true. That's also true.
you've
Masters
got
tier
all
is
of
also
the
gonna be
most-
There's already
alive.
teams in there that like to yap, and then so adding other teams that yap all the
Mhm.
time, we're just gonna
And
be
who
rage
knows?
bait. I'm
May-
ready to
maybe-
rage bait Masters tier.
Maybe
The worst
Bert-
crossover episode ever.
Maybe I'll make my official return and win another chip easy. Who knows?
You're still playing.
Kind of adjacent. Mudkip is a lot
He's
better.
bench riding is what we'd call
Yeah.
that.
He's still on the
Yeah,
roster.
bro.
He's waiting for
I
his
mean-
map against Rat Milkers.
He took my
I'll-
seat on the
if we-
bench
If we,
because
if
I
we
couldn't
play you guys in
DQ.
playoff for whatever reason, I will let Vert play at least 3 maps.
Oh my god, fire!
Dude, I can't wait to
Fire.
boop him off the map. That's gonna be heat.
Kill yourself.
Whoa!
Endgame. Endgame. Endgame.
I love my guests. But anyway, yeah. Thanks, guys. We'll see y'all next week. And next, you have any final? Yeah. Next, you have any final remarks that you want to leave the guests with?
Yeah, man.
Close this out, bitch.
Dude, Theory,
Fuck.
stop fucking
Saying
being
fuck,
horny
man.
in Diamond tier. Like, I
True.
I don't get it.
Can we
True, man.
please stop being horny in Diamond Jet?
I don't understand what the fuck is happening over there, but y'all need to chill out,
Dude.
dude. It's legitimately embarrassing.
Dude, the girls' night just
Yeah.
happened to get
I
like
don't.
everyone but Theory.
Dude, bro. Y'all need to fucking go sit in an office chair and be quiet for 20 minutes. Holy shit, and think about what you're saying. But at the end of the day, stop being bitches. Don't get stitches. Diamond tier forever.
Yeah.
Good
Amen.
night, guys.
Gay men?